Yes, hello again, everybody. You all know that I watch occasionally the three cable networks MSNBC, CNN, and Fox. Quite honestly, there is a lot of intense hate on MSNBC and CNN. But last night, for a moment, I put on Fox and Tucker Carlson was on. Folks, I wish these people, before they open their mouth, would get their facts correct. I don't say anything until I got my facts. Why can't they do that? Tucker Carlson made a statement that in prison they're releasing rapists and killers and all this here. That's not the case. And I want you to know there's a difference between state prisons, which are controlled by the governors of every state, and then there is the Bureau of Prisons, which is the federal system, which falls under our Attorney General, Department of Justice. Now, there's two different ways that both of them, none of them interact on the releasing of inmates. Yes, I agree. Some rapists in New York, from my understanding, were released and went right back out and raped somebody else. Now, my opinion on rapists, I'd like to have one here because I beat the shit right out of him until he couldn't breathe anymore. Okay? Prison's too good for these rapists. I'm totally against that. Pedophiles, same thing. And murders, if they did the murder, then they belong in jail. If they got caught for it. But there are individuals who are sincerely sick, and I'm talking about federal prisons here. Now, let's get this straight because there's a difference. Tucker Carlson, there's a big difference. Okay? And what needs to be shown is we have individuals who are sick, have done over half their time, are faced now with getting COVID-19. Where I was in Lompoc, I think it was like 1,700 people tested positive. And Lompoc, thank God I'm not there. Because I would have been one of those vulnerable ones. And because my jacket said OC, meaning organized crime, they're never going to give me a goddamn compassionate release. And let me tell you what. We're just learning this as we're going along here with our coalition, the United Coalition to free people on compassionate releases. We're picky on who we select that we're going to try to help. There's a process, first of all, in the BOP, and it's called BOP 8, 9, 10, and 11. Now, each one of those got to be filled out by the inmate, or if the inmate's fortunate enough to have a lawyer. What happens is the 8 goes, I don't know, they go to various different places, but you can only file one at a time. And they're normally automatic denials. Now, after you get to 11 and you get denied, then you get to go to see your judge in your case. And then that decision's up to the judge. And from my understanding, it's a pick of the draw, they call it, the way, some judges don't want to touch it, others stand up and do the right thing. But let's take a look at that process. 8, 9, 10, and 11. You understand that an individual who is sick, has cancer, is a paraplegic, has a diabetic with coronary conditions, you understand the time that it takes for that there? I spoke to Professor Coffey this morning. I said, 6 months, and I'm being kind. He said, you're being very kind. 6 months. More than likely, it has taken a year. That's the system we have. We have a broken down system. It's 2020. They're still operating on computers when they were first built. Folks, I want you to think about that there, and I want you to understand what the difference is between how states release and how the federal prison releases, and the federal prison is releasing very, very, very few individuals. I want you to think about that, folks, and I got my coffee cup here my grandchildren gave me. It don't say the Godfather, it says the grandfather. Have a wonderful day, everybody.